It's possible on AliExpress, if you go into an official store, to look at all the products and then order them in terms of popularity. Put the best selling watches on a particular store at the top of your page and the least selling ones at the bottom. And I do that because I like to see which watches from each brand on AliExpress are selling the most. And usually the results are expected, but on this particular occasion the results were really quite unexpected. Aquatico actually reached out to me a little while ago saying, "You haven't actually reviewed our best selling watch," which was a real shock to me because I have reviewed most of their watches, but somehow their best-selling watch has just never featured on my channel. So they invited me to show you guys their best-selling watch, and well, I wasn't expecting this to turn up. Look, it's not a bad watch, it's just not what I was expecting to be their best-selling watch. They make some really good-looking, incredible dive watches, and dive watches generally are more popular than pilot watches. But for some reason, you guys are buying this watch more than any other watch they make, so yeah, good to get it in and try to understand why. Now look, it's not a bad watch, it's not an ugly watch, it's not a poorly made watch, it's just not what I was expecting, to be completely honest. I think primarily because they do make a similar looking watch but without the subdial at the 10/11 o'clock, which is a 24-hour subdial, and whenever those subdials or complications feature on a watch, the comments section is full of people saying, "What a complete waste of time." Literally. I think the main benefit of having that 24-hour complication on the dial is, well, because this watch has a date complication as well, you can very quickly see when setting the time if you're in AM or PM, so you can make sure that the date changes at midnight. But apart from that, I mean, it's a really, really small 24-hour subdial, and well, most of us know normally when it's AM or PM. So yeah, I was just really quite surprised when this one turned up, but I have said in previous videos that their pilot watches are potentially their best watches because their watches on the whole are bigger than average, and that doesn't always work for divers. They make 300-meter divers and they do tend to be quite thick and chunky and heavy, but with pilot watches, well, bronze ones like this in particular, they come on leather straps, so they don't tend to be too heavy, and you want a pilot watch to be big and bold, have big hands and big markers and numbers on the dials, so their pilot watches sort of suit their ethos. And like all their other watches, the specifications are incredible. It's one of the reasons I like Aquatico watches, actually. They're no nonsense, incredible value, beautifully made, beautifully packaged, simple watches. There's no crazy backstory or fake marketing. They just make good watches that have unbelievable specifications. I mean, 2 pieces of sapphire crystal with this watch, huge pieces of crystal as well, AR coating. This is an NH movement as well, beating at 21,600 beats per hour, hacks and hand winds. The loom is generally good, the finishing is generally good, the straps are generally good. I don't think I've ever had one turn up with a quality control issue, and their prices are, yeah, very, very competitive. At the time of filming this, it was $170. I think it was $13 off, dropping the price down to, yeah, just under $160, which, yeah, for a CUSN8 bronze pilot watch like this. Oh, 300-meter water-resistant pilot watch, by the way. Yeah, screw-down crown, screw-down case back. Yeah, I think that's a decent price. There's a few colour options available as well. The dials, not the most inspiring dials, but yeah, I mean, it does the job, doesn't it? But I've got to say, I still don't get it. I still don't understand why this is their best selling watch. It's not because it's a bad watch, it's just, I think they make, yeah, other watches that are better, look better, more interesting. I mean, if I was going to buy one of their pilot watches, it would be an all stainless steel one, perhaps the Aventurine dial version. They have some with gorgeous fading dials. Yeah, I reviewed them recently, but yeah, anyway, this is their, in fact, it holds both the first and second place in terms of their top selling items, just 2 different color versions. Yeah, you guys clearly like it. Perhaps let me know why you think this is their best selling watch in the comments section. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Any questions, let me know. Old Man Time Gary at gmail.com, or let me know in the comments section.